The first question then, we've got a table. Exercise causes short-term effects on our body systems. Complete table 2 by stating one short-term effect of exercise on each of the named body systems, and then giving a specific example of the importance of this short-term effect on the performer during exercise. So we've got 3 different systems given. So the first one, the cardiovascular system. So we need to pick a short-term effect on the cardiovascular system. So you could go with, for example, increased stroke volume. And the importance of this would be that an increased stroke volume would mean that there is more blood flow coming out of the heart and going to the muscles. Therefore, more oxygen is arriving at the muscle sites. So something along those lines, and you're going to get your 2 marks. The muscular system, short-term effect of exercise, we could say that there is an increased oxygen debt. The importance of the performer exercising, we need to relate this to anaerobic exercise in order to make it important for that performer. So we could say the lack of oxygen present allows anaerobic respiration to be used in order to create energy. The final one, respiratory system, we could say, for example, that there is an increased breathing rate or an increased depth of breathing, or you could say increased tidal volume. The importance would be the same for all of these. It would mean that we can get more oxygen to our muscles and therefore create more energy. If you put any of those, then brilliant. If you came up with another one from the tables and you've related it to the performer, then that is great as well. The next question, Ray is a long-distance cyclist. As part of a PEP, Ray carries out aerobic training regularly. State 2 long-term effects of aerobic training on the cardiorespiratory system. So these could be cardiovascular or respiratory system related. So you could go, if it was me, I'd go for, there would be an increase in maximum cardiac output, and I would also say there would be an increase in number of alveoli / capillarization. Second part of the question, you've got to explain why these 2 long-term effects you have stated in A would be an advantage to Ray in long-distance cycling. So the first one I said was an increase in maximum cardiac output. Now, the benefit there for a long-distance cyclist would be that more blood could be pumped out per minute. Therefore, the muscles receiving more oxygen for energy would enable her to keep cycling for a longer period of time without feeling fatigued. The second one I said increased in number of alveoli / capillarization. This would lead to a greater diffusion rate, whereby more oxygen will enter the bloodstream and therefore more oxygen will be making its way to the muscles in order to produce energy. This could benefit a cyclist because they would be able to repay the oxygen debt quicker and therefore feel less fatigued during a race. So it's important there, if it's relating to a particular sport, that we do make sure our answer touches on the performer in that sport. Again, if you've put the same as me, absolutely fine. If you've picked another advantage, as long as you've another effect of exercise, as long as you've explained it and how it links to cycling, then that is absolutely fine as well.